Imagine this with me for a moment. You're out for your usual morning walk, sun shining, birds chirping, life is good. Now meet Eleanor, a 72-year-old grandmother who loves her peaceful walks through the park and her quiet neighborhood. One day, as she rounds the corner near the community garden, a suspicious figure starts trailing her. Her heart races. She grips her cane a little tighter, but instead of fear, Eleanor feels ready, because she's prepared. See, Eleanor isn't just any grandmother. She's smart, cautious, and equipped with practical self-defense tools that don't scream martial arts movie, but absolutely mean business. And today, I'm sharing the same 10 powerful self-defense tools for seniors. Tools designed to blend into everyday life, easy to carry, effortless to use, but powerful enough to give anyone the edge when it matters most. These aren't gadgets pulled from some spy thriller. They're smart solutions for real people who want peace of mind. By the end of this video, you'll feel like Eleanor, calm, confident, and quietly capable. Age doesn't make you vulnerable, it makes you wise. And wisdom knows it's better to be ready than regretful. Let's dive in and find out how you can turn your daily walk into a safe, empowered journey, because nobody messes with a senior who's got skills. But before we dive in, I'd love to know, where are you tuning in from today? Leave a comment below with your city or country. I always enjoy seeing where everyone's watching from. It gives a sense of connection, no matter how far apart we may be. We are on this journey together. And don't forget to hit the like button, share this video, and subscribe to the channel so you never miss proven, practical health strategies designed for your golden years. 1. The personal safety alarm, a pocket-sized powerhouse. Let's kick things off with a deceptively tiny tool that's made a big impact for seniors around the world, the personal safety alarm. Picture Martha, a retired librarian in her late 60s. She's just had dinner with her book club, and as she walks through the dimly lit parking lot toward her car, she feels that unmistakable prickle. Someone's following her. Her instincts kick in, but instead of fumbling through her purse for her phone or keys, she calmly reaches for the small device clipped to her bag. One press, and boom, a blaring 130 decibel scream shatters the silence. The figure behind her, gone in a flash. These alarms are no joke. They're like carrying your own emergency siren in your pocket. No complicated tech, no fumbling. Just a simple push or pull, and suddenly, every head within a city block is turning your way. It's attention-grabbing in the best way possible, loud enough to rattle windows and shake off predators. One woman I read about on a safety forum swears her alarm saved her outside her local grocery store. She said the mugger bolted like a scared raccoon the moment that shriek pierced the air. That's the power of preparedness. And the best part? These alarms are lightweight, affordable, and discreet. Clip them to a keychain, belt loop, or bag strap. No one needs to know it's there until you need them to. It's not about paranoia. It's about peace of mind. 2. The stun cane. Power in every step. Now let's talk about something that's part support, part surprise attack. A walking cane with bite. Meet Harold, a 74-year-old former mechanic with a bad knee and a dry sense of humor. These days he uses a cane to get around, but not just any cane. Harold's got himself a stun cane, a mobility aid that also packs an electric jolt. He tells the story like this. Some punk started tailing me near the park one evening. I turned, flipped on the cane's LED light, and gave him a warning zap into the air. Sounded like a bug zapper on steroids. That kid practically tripped over his own feet running off. These canes aren't just great for stability. They're deterrents in disguise. With the press of a button, they deliver a high-voltage zap that stuns would-be attackers without requiring physical strength or accuracy. And for those with arthritis or limited hand control, like Harold, it's easier than dealing with pepper spray or other fiddly devices. Plus, the cane itself is solid, ready to be used as a physical barrier or support whether you use the stun feature or not. Many even come equipped with a built-in flashlight, so you're never walking in the dark blind. And let's be honest, no one expects Grandpa's cane to double as a taser. That surprise factor? Priceless. 3. Tactical flashlights. Light up danger. Literally all right. Let's talk about one of the most underestimated tools in the self-defense world, the tactical flashlight. It may look like an ordinary flashlight, but trust me, this little device is more than meets the eye. Let me introduce you to Roger, a 70-year-old retired postal worker with a sharp wit and a glint in his eye that says, "Don't mess with me." I met Roger at a local seniors tech workshop, and when the topic of safety came up, he grinned and said, "I've got a flashlight that could land a plane and blind a bear. Want to see?" Roger owns 3 tactical flashlights. One on his nightstand, one in his car, and yes, one in his golf bag. Because you never know when things might get rough at the country club. But this isn't just about brightness. It's about tactical advantage. These flashlights can shine up to 1,000 lumens or more, bright enough to momentarily blind and disorient someone, giving you the precious seconds you need to escape or call for help. Imagine someone approaching you late at night with bad intentions. One click, and boom, your attacker is now blinking in shock, disoriented, while you're already putting distance between you and danger. Roger says he once used it when he heard a noise outside at 2 a.m. Just shining it out the window was enough to send a suspicious figure running off. No confrontation, no chaos, just smart, quiet deterrence. But here's the real kicker. These flashlights are built tough. We're talking aircraft-grade aluminum, strong enough to crack a window or double as a baton if needed. It's like holding a flashlight in one hand and a lightweight security stick in the other. And unlike pepper spray or stun devices, there's zero learning curve. No safety switch, no close-range aim, just click and shine. Plus, it doesn't scream, "I'm armed." It just looks like a smart tool until the moment it becomes your best friend in an emergency. Whether you're checking under the car, walking the dog at night, or lighting up your front porch, a tactical flashlight is the kind of everyday carry that works for you, quietly, effectively, and without fuss. 4. Pepper spray pens. Silent, stylish, and seriously effective. Let me tell you about one of the most under-the-radar self-defense tools out there, the pepper spray pen. Sounds innocent, right? But this little thing is like carrying a fire-breathing dragon in your shirt pocket, tiny, low-key, and ready to unleash chaos when needed. Let's meet Linda, a 68-year-old retired nurse with a calm voice and a killer crossword game. Linda was waiting at the bus stop one afternoon when she noticed a man pacing too close, staring too long. That inner voice whispered, "Something's off." Instead of panicking, Linda calmly reached into her jacket and wrapped her fingers around what looked like an ordinary pen. But this wasn't any pen. One flick of the cap and a quick squeeze. Poof! A mist of pure pepper spray shot out straight into the man's face. He staggered back, coughing and wiping his eyes while Linda walked calmly into the crowd, safe and steady. That's the genius of pepper spray pens. They're invisible until they're not. No clunky spray cans, no awkward shapes. Just a sleek little pen that fits in a purse, organizer, or even clipped to your shirt. And when trouble comes sniffing around, it's game over. The beauty is in the element of surprise. Attackers don't expect something so subtle to be so powerful. And unlike other gadgets, there's almost no learning curve. Pop the cap, aim, press, done. It's elegant, discreet, and devastatingly effective. Linda likes to say, "It's the pen that writes people out of my day." And honestly, she's not wrong. 5. Keychain Kubotans, punch-packed and palm-sized. Now let's turn up the intensity a bit and talk about the Kubotan keychain, a simple-looking tool that turns your everyday keys into a silent powerhouse of protection. Say hello to Frank, a 72-year-old jazz guitarist who never misses a beat, literally or figuratively. He's got a Kubotan on his key ring, nestled between his house key and a tiny guitar pick charm. You'd never give it a second glance. But Frank calls it his backstage pass to safety. One night after a gig, he was unlocking his front door when he heard hurried steps behind him. Without even turning fully around, Frank gripped the Kubotan in his fist and jabbed backward, right into the intruder's ribs. A yelp, a stumble, and the guy was gone faster than a bad solo in a jazz set. Kubotans may look like innocent keychain accessories, but in trained or even just prepared hands, they can deliver precise, controlled force. Designed for pressure point strikes, wrist locks, and quick jabs, this tool doesn't rely on strength. It relies on technique and surprise. The best part, they go anywhere. Airport-friendly, purse-friendly, pocket-friendly, and completely legal in most places. I once had a neighbor named Trish, a retired school principal who carried a bright purple Kubotan on her keyring. She called it her little lavender reminder that nobody gets to mess with her. She wasn't looking for a fight, but if one found her, she was ready. No batteries, no sound, no delay, just a solid grip, a sharp jab, and the confidence that comes from knowing you're not defenseless. In a world where appearances matter, a Kubotan is your hidden edge, simple, sharp, and always within reach. 6. Expandable batons, compact power with a serious reach. Now let's talk about a tool that's all about presence, the expandable baton. Think of it as the grown-up version of a lightsaber, sleek, discreet, and ready to extend your reach when danger gets too close for comfort. Meet Della, a 74-year-old retired bus driver who still walks her terrier Max every evening after dinner. One evening she noticed someone loitering by the alley near her building. They didn't move, but neither did Della. She calmly reached into her crossbody bag, pulled out what looked like a short metal handle, gave it a flick, and clack, out snapped a full-size baton with the sound of authority. The figure? Gone. Just like that. Expandable batons are not about brute force. They're about giving seniors the space they need. Sometimes an extra 2 feet between you and a potential threat is the difference between panic and control. And the beauty? These batons collapse down to the size of a remote control. Slip one in your purse, backpack, or glove box. Easy storage, zero hassle. I once saw a YouTube comment from a guy named Harold, a retired construction worker, who tested his baton on a watermelon in his backyard. "Split it clean in half," he said. "Made me feel like I was auditioning for an action movie." Then he added with a grin, "Imagine what it'd do to a knee." These batons are usually made from hardened steel or aluminum, so they're solid. And the sound they make when extended? That sharp snap alone could make someone think twice about messing with you. If you've got limited mobility or don't want to engage in close-quarters struggle, an expandable baton is a powerful way to maintain distance and command respect without saying a word. 7. Tactical whips. Unexpected, unstoppable, unforgettable. Now let's take a step off the beaten path and talk about one of the most unconventional yet surprisingly effective self-defense tools, the tactical whip. Sounds dramatic? Sure. But it's more practical than you think, and more fun too. Meet George, a 70-year-old retired high school history teacher with a passion for quirky hobbies. After retiring, George didn't take up golf. No, he started whip training in his backyard. His neighbors thought he was chasing off raccoons, but he was actually honing his technique. He says, "One good crack, and I feel like I'm channeling Indiana Jones, minus the fedora." Tactical whips are lightweight, flexible tools that usually look like coiled cables or reinforced ropes. Easy to tuck into a bag or even wear on a belt, They're designed for quick, snappy strikes that keep attackers at bay. When you flick one out, it stings. Bad. And the sound alone? Sharp, intimidating, and loud enough to draw attention. George swears it's the best fitness routine he's ever had. It works your arms, your focus, and your confidence. Plus, nobody wants to mess with a senior who's cracking a whip like a pro. These whips are also a great option for those who want range without bulk. You can strike from 3 to 4 feet away, enough to maintain a safe perimeter around yourself while giving off one very clear message: you picked the wrong target. They're legal in most places, require no batteries or sprays, and double as an excellent conversation starter. George once got a free muffin at a cafe after someone asked him about his coiled cable. He said, "Oh, that's just my emergency perimeter line." Sometimes confidence is about having the right tool, and sometimes it's about having one that says, "I'm not afraid to protect myself, and I've got style doing it." 8. Monkey fists, small, silent, and shockingly strong. Let's talk about one of the most underestimated self-defense tools out there, the monkey fist. Despite the name, it's not a circus stunt. It's a compact, discreet, and surprisingly powerful way to swing the odds in your favor. Meet Betty, a retired nurse barely 5 feet tall but with enough sass to fill a stadium. Betty parks wherever she pleases, even in those dimly lit corners of the parking lot that make most people nervous. Why? Because dangling from her keychain is her secret weapon, a tightly woven knot of paracord wrapped around a solid steel ball, the monkey fist. She calls it her pocket-wrecking ball. One flick of the wrist and whack, that knot can hit with the force of a hammer. Betty once told a story online about how practicing with her monkey fist gave her the confidence to face situations she would have avoided in the past. "It's like Wonder Woman's lasso, only grittier," she said, "and cheaper." The brilliance of the monkey fist lies in its stealth. It blends right in with your keys, so no one knows what it is until it's already mid-swing. There's no button, no battery, just pure physics and a little wrist motion. And while it's not about brute strength, the momentum it generates can definitely discourage anyone with bad intentions. Even better, it's totally legal in most places, easy to learn, and kind of fun to practice. Swing it at a pillow or a punching bag, get the motion right, and you'll quickly realize this isn't just a keychain, it's your confidence, coiled and ready. 9. Safety whistles, the loudest line of defense. Now let's go back to basics and talk about a tool that's been saving lives long before smartphones, apps, or tasers existed. The safety whistle. It's old school, yes, but trust me, it's loud, it's reliable, and it works. Say hello to Marge, a retired choir director with the lung power of a freight train. Marge wears her whistle like a necklace when she's out on early morning walks. One morning, she noticed a stranger step onto the path ahead. Something about the way he moved set off her internal alarms. Instead of panicking, she took a deep breath and blew that whistle like she was calling a foul in the World Cup final. The result? Dogs howled, windows flew open, one jogger dropped his coffee, and the suspicious guy, he vanished like fog in the sun. That's the beauty of a whistle. It draws attention instantly. Predators thrive in silence and isolation, but the moment that shrill sound pierces the air, you're no longer alone. People start looking, calling out, dialing 911, and most importantly, the attacker knows the spotlight's on them. And the best part? Whistles never fail. No batteries, no tech, no practice needed. Just inhale and blow. They're incredibly light, can hang from your neck, fit on your key ring, or tuck into a jacket pocket. You don't have to aim, you don't have to strike, just make noise. Lots of it. Marge says she doesn't leave the house without hers. "It's my voice," she says, "but turbocharged." And in the world of self-defense, sometimes the loudest voice is the safest one. 10. Umbrellas, classy, common, and completely capable. Let's bring it home with a tool you've probably been carrying for years without realizing just how useful it really is. The umbrella. Yes, that umbrella. The same one you use to shield from rain can also shield you from danger with just a flick of the wrist. Now meet Walter, a 76-year-old retired bus driver with a love for crossword puzzles and rainy afternoon walks. Though he walks with a cane, Walter often opts for his umbrella instead, especially the sturdy reinforced kind. Not for fashion, though it does add style, but because he knows how to use it. One damp afternoon, someone lunged at Walter near the bus stop, clearly looking to snatch his bag. But Walter didn't panic. He shifted his stance, gripped his umbrella like a fencing sword, and jabbed forward, right to the gut. Just a firm poke, nothing theatrical, but it was enough. The would-be thief doubled over and bolted, soaked and empty-handed. Walter later joked, "That guy found out real fast this umbrella does more than just drip." That's what makes umbrellas so smart. They're invisible in plain sight. Nobody suspects a senior with an umbrella to be carrying a serious self-defense tool. They're legal absolutely everywhere, easy to carry, and socially acceptable 365 days a year, rain or shine. And the best part? Many umbrellas these days come reinforced with carbon fiber frames or steel ribs that won't bend when used defensively. So not only are you safe from surprise rain, but you're also safe from less friendly surprises. Umbrellas are practical, stylish, and best of all, deceptively powerful. So there you have it, 10 smart, effective, and downright clever self-defense tools that fit seamlessly into your everyday life. From the stealth of a pepper spray pen to the quiet power of a monkey fist, the reach of a baton, or the unexpected surprise of an umbrella, you're not walking through life unarmed. You're walking through it prepared. Remember what this is really about: empowerment, not paranoia. These tools aren't meant to turn you into a superhero overnight. They're here to give you that extra boost of confidence, that feeling of, "I've got this." So whether you're heading to the store, walking your dog, or just enjoying your golden years on your own terms, keep this in mind. You have options, you have control, and you're stronger than you think. If even one of these tools made you think, "Hey, I could use that," go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe for more practical tips, and share this video with someone you love. And hey, do you carry your own secret safety tool? Got a story to share? Drop it in the comments. I read everyone. Until next time, stay safe, stay sharp, and walk with confidence. You've earned it.